Ready for your daily news update. We've got some really interesting stories today, from the world of academia to the latest in AI and even some tech drama.
We'll be going deep into these news items, connecting the dots and offering some questions along the way.
Okay, so first up is a story that raises some pretty serious ethical questions about power in academia.
Yeah, a PhD candidate shared a disturbing experience online, revealing how their dissertation was deliberately sabotaged by their supervisor.
Wow, that's awful. This situation really highlights how vulnerable students are and how much power supervisors have. It's a reminder that ethical breaches can happen even in institutions of higher learning with some serious consequences.
And this incident sparked a larger conversation within the American Philosophical Association, about the need for better safeguards for students and to, promote ethical conduct. It's a crucial discussion, definitely extends beyond the specific case, and prompts us to look at these systemic issues that allow this kind of abuse of power to happen.
Absolutely. It's a stark reminder that we need to be vigilant about these issues, advocating for more transparency and accountability in these institutions.
Now, for something a little lighter, how about we talk about the American Philosophical Association embracing the digital age?
Yeah, they're hosting their Central Division meeting entirely online this year. That's a pretty big change for an event that's usually in person.
This move was prompted by a few different things, including sustainability concerns about the environmental impact of travel and making the conference more accessible to people who might not be able to attend in person.
That's awesome. It's a great example of how technology is reshaping traditional academic practices, potentially making knowledge more accessible to a wider audience.
And speaking of accessible knowledge, there's a buzz around these free online courses from the Collaborative Learning Project.
These courses focus on the contemporary significance of Confucian and Taoist philosophies and Taoist philosophy of education. It's incredible to see how ancient wisdom is finding new life online.
These courses offer a really unique opportunity for anyone to, anywhere in the world, engage with these philosophical traditions. It's really a testament to technology and how it can democratize knowledge and foster cross-cultural understanding.
It seems like technology is playing a more and more prominent role in shaping the future of education.
Absolutely. And California State University is taking a big step in that direction, partnering with tech companies to incorporate AI into its 23 universities.
This initiative has generated a lot of discussion and debate about the implications of AI in education. Some people see it as revolutionary, while others are more cautious.
Well, the potential benefits are exciting for sure. Imagine personalized learning tailored to each student's needs and abilities, or AI tools that could help faculty with those administrative tasks, freeing up time for teaching and research.
But obviously, there are some valid concerns as well. Some people worry about potential bias in those AI algorithms and the impact on the traditional roles of faculty and students, and the ethical considerations around data privacy.
Those are important questions that need to be addressed as we navigate this new territory. The key is to approach AI integration strategically, focusing on its benefits while mitigating those potential risks.
A recent article asked professors how they're already using AI in their work, and the responses were pretty interesting.
Professors are using AI for a variety of tasks, from creating teaching materials to analyzing research data. Some are even using AI to provide feedback on student writing, which raises questions about how we assess learning and, the role of human interaction in that process.
It seems like AI is already having a real impact on academia, both in the classroom and in research labs.
And this brings us to Elon Musk and his very public criticism of the Trump administration's AI initiative, Project Stargate.
Musk has been very vocal about his skepticism of the project, questioning its effectiveness and even making some pointed remarks about his fellow tech leaders for being involved.
His comments have really sparked a larger debate about the role of government in AI development. Musk believes that private companies are better suited to lead AI innovation, while others think that government oversight is necessary to ensure ethical and responsible development.
This back and forth really highlights the complex relationship between technology, politics, and national security in the age of AI.
It's a power struggle playing out on a global stage with high stakes for the future of AI and its impact on society. Musk's criticism of Project Stargate I think it centers around his belief that, government bureaucracy could stifle innovation in AI.
Yeah, he seems to favor like a more hands-off approach, arguing that those private companies, driven by competition and market forces, are better equipped to push that AI progress.
But his critics say that government involvement is really crucial to making sure that AI development is aligned with ethical considerations and, societal well-being.
Right? They point to those potential risks of unchecked development.
Hmm.
Things like amplifying existing biases, the erosion of privacy, and the concentration of power in the hands of just a few tech giants.
It's a tricky balance, weighing innovation against safeguards.
And that tension is, even more heightened by the fact that AI is increasingly seen as this strategic asset on the global stage.
Yeah, countries around the world are investing a lot in AI research and development, recognizing its potential to transform industries, economies, and even, military capabilities.
This brings up concerns about a potential AI arms race, where nations are competing to develop more sophisticated AI systems, which could lead to some unintended consequences.
Yeah, it's kind of like that nuclear arms race of the 20th century where that pursuit of technological superiority could have devastating consequences.
So how do we navigate this complex landscape? How do we ensure that AI is, developed and used in a way that benefits everyone?
It's a question that requires careful consideration and collaboration from governments, industry leaders, researchers, and, the public.
We need to establish clear ethical guidelines for AI development and promote transparency and accountability and foster international cooperation to prevent things like, a runaway arms race.
And crucially, we need to prioritize education and public awareness to ensure that citizens are informed about the potential benefits and risks of AI so they can participate in shaping its future.
I think Musk's outspoken criticism of Project Stargate has really brought these issues to light in the public discussion.
Definitely, whether you agree with him or not, his willingness to challenge the status quo and, spark debate is important.
Yeah, these conversations are crucial because the choices we're making about AI now will have huge implications down the road.
Now, let's shift gears back to academia and look deeper into the implications of AI for higher education.
We've already talked about how professors are using AI in their work, but let's explore the, benefits and drawbacks a little more.
One of the most promising things about AI in education is how it can personalize learning experiences, tailoring instruction to students' needs and how they learn.
Imagine AI tutoring systems that can adapt to a student's pace and provide customized feedback, helping them really get those concepts.
AI could also help automate those administrative tasks, freeing up time for faculty to, have more meaningful interactions with students.
For instance, AI could assist with grading and scheduling, even course design, allowing professors to focus more on mentoring, research, and coming up with innovative teaching methods.
However, there are potential downsides too.
Right. Some worry that relying too much on AI could lead to a dehumanization of education, like reducing students to data points and undermining the importance of that human interaction.
There's also the concern that AI algorithms, if they're not carefully designed, could perpetuate existing biases, further disadvantaging students from underrepresented groups.
And there's a bigger question of how AI will impact the job market for academics.
Will AI tools eventually replace some of the work professors do now, leading to job displacement? Or will AI create new opportunities for academics to collaborate with machines and focus on those higher level tasks?
These are all questions we need to consider as AI becomes more embedded in higher education.
It's important to approach this transition carefully, ensuring that AI is used to enhance and complement human capabilities, not replace them.
Now let's talk about another interesting development in the academia. The American Philosophical Association's decision to host their Central Division meeting entirely online.
This move has had mixed reactions.
Yeah, some people applaud the APA's commitment to sustainability and accessibility, but others are concerned about the potential loss of that face-to-face interaction and the spontaneity of in-person events.
It's a good reminder that technology can be both good and bad, offering convenience and efficiency, but also potentially diminishing some aspects of human connection.
It makes you think about the future of academic conferences and the role technology has in shaping scholarly discourse.
Right. Will virtual platforms eventually replace traditional conferences, or will we find a model that uses the best of both?
It's a fascinating area to keep an eye on as those lines between the physical and digital worlds keep blurring.
Let's turn back to the story of the PhD candidate whose dissertation was sabotaged.
This incident has sparked a lot of discussion about the ethical responsibilities of academics and those power dynamics in academia.
The relationship between student and supervisor is inherently imbalanced.
Students often rely on their supervisors for guidance, support, and recommendations, which can make them susceptible to exploitation.
This case highlights the need for clearer guidelines and ways to report and address ethical breaches in academia.
It's important that institutions create a culture of accountability and give students ways to seek help if they experience mistreatment.
Absolutely, transparency, fairness, and respect should be the foundation of every academic environment.
This brings us to a broader reflection on the role of ethics in this age of rapid technological advancement.
As AI and other technologies continue to change the world, it's more important than ever to prioritize ethical considerations.
We need to make sure these technologies are developed and used in a way that aligns with our values and, benefits everyone.
This requires ongoing dialogue, thoughtful regulation, and a real commitment to putting human well-being at the center of our technological endeavors.
It's a challenge that will require the collective wisdom and effort of scientists, policymakers, ethicists, and citizens.
We have to strive to create a future where technology empowers us, connects us, and, upholds our shared humanity.
And that brings us to our final segment for today, where we'll explore the intersection of technology, politics, and national security.
We'll dig into the global race for AI dominance, looking at what it means for international relations and the potential risks of an AI arms race.
Join us as we break down these complex issues and consider the choices we face as a global community in shaping the future of AI. So we've been talking about this complex landscape of AI, from its effects on academia to those ethical concerns about its development.
And now as we get to how technology, politics, and national security all intersect, we see this new type of global competition. The race for AI dominance.
It seems like countries everywhere are recognizing the transformative potential of AI, and they're investing a lot in research and development, trying to gain a strategic advantage.
Yeah, this race is all about the idea that AI will be the key to economic growth, military power, and, geopolitical influence in this century.
It's high stakes with some potentially huge consequences for how power is balanced globally.
Some experts even think this competition could lead to a new arms race, an AI arms race. In that scenario, nations would rush to develop increasingly sophisticated AI systems, which could lead to some instability and even conflict.
Imagine autonomous weapon systems powered by AI making those life-or-death decisions without humans involved.
Yeah, it's a pretty frightening thought, raising all sorts of ethical and security concerns.
But along with the risks, there's that potential for cooperation, too.
Right. Some people believe that this whole pursuit of AI dominance could actually encourage countries to work together because they'd realize the need for shared rules to prevent an out-of-control arms race.
Yeah. Kind of like those agreements made during the Cold War to stop the spread of nuclear weapons.
Exactly. Could we see similar efforts to regulate AI, making sure it's used responsibly and for the good of all humankind?
That's a question for policymakers, diplomats, and ethicists to think about carefully.
The challenge is finding that balance between national security and the need for global cooperation.
I think we need to encourage collaboration, transparency, and understanding to navigate this new territory.
And we have to make sure that ethical considerations are always front and center as AI develops and gets used.
And those decisions we're making today about AI are going to shape the future of the world.
Definitely, let's work to create a future where AI helps us, connects us, and, protects our shared humanity.
That's it for our deep dive into the news today. It's been quite a journey through academia, technology, ethics, and global politics.
We've explored some pretty complex issues like power dynamics in universities and that potential AI arms race.
We hope this has given you some new insights and made you think about things a little differently.
And maybe even spark some questions of your own.
As AI keeps developing at this incredible pace, it's important that we stay informed, engaged, and ready to participate in shaping its future.
Until next time, keep those minds curious.